good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxchair, on the show this evening. It's my mate Rudy. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, Oxchair. You looking forward to the game?
I am, mate. I'm on, mate. Young GB was meant to be with us, but he's putting the great into Britain, Rudy. He's working away, being caught working, yes.
Oh, somebody needs to keep the wheels of industry turning, Ox.
Yes, I've done it for long enough, mate. It's about time somebody else took up the slack, you know.
You take the wee break, aren't you, mate?
I took a break for the day I left school, mate. Right. Okay, I believe you've got the team, Rudy.
I certainly have, Ox. I'll just get it up for you here. Okay. Here we go. McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Bassey, Barisic, Kamara, Davis and Aribo in the midfield, and up front, Hadji, Kent and Morelos. Big bench. We've got a big bench tonight. We've got McLaughlin, McCrory, Arfield, Bacuna, Jack, Kelly, Young King, Lundstrom, Patterson, Sakala and Wright.
Young King, is he a South Korean player?
Young King for the young team. Aye, so you stuck a couple of boys on there then, with Kelly and Leon King, hasn't he?
Aye, I think obviously the boy King's a centre back, mate, so we've not got a lot of cover. Obviously with Jack Simpson not been making the European squad. Yeah. But obviously Balogun must have a knock. Bassey comes in at centre half. It's not my preferred position for the big man.
No, we tried that, didn't we, in the first game against Sparta? Wasn't very successful, for what I remember, you know. But then I think you made the point just before the show started that maybe Bassey will get a wee bit better, you know, with Goldson beside him as opposed to Balogun as it was that night, the first night in Sparta, you know, against Sparta.
We'll see. Midfield, Fox intimated last night he thought it'd be a 4-2-3-1. That's still got possibilities. Obviously, if Davis and Kamara sit, and then in front of them, Aribo, Hadji, Kent, and then right up top, Morelos.
100%, aye. It could easily be that 4-2-3-1, couldn't it? I think I like the. I mean, I was going to say I like the attacking line there, but the thing is, Ox, it depends on whether they're up for it tonight, and we get a bit of a game off the boys tonight, and they get a bit of form, you know. But Aribo, Hadji, Kent, Morelos, I like that, Ox. I like the look of it.
If they were playing behind Morelos at 3, you've got the trickery and the pace of Kent, you've got the intelligence and the passing ability and the goal-scoring threat of Hadji, and then you've got Aribo who's got dancing feet and makes things happen. So they're all different, yeah? Yeah.
As I say, it could work really well, you know. But as you say, with Kamara and Davis, you know, sitting in the middle there, just holding things off, you know, protecting the midfield and protecting the back four, which I think they're going to need a bit of protection, that back four tonight, Ox.
Well, only time will tell.
See, my mate Barisic obviously is playing tonight. We need a shift off him tonight, Ox. We really do. He's got to start turning it on, as most of them have, obviously. But Barisic has really got to get his feet moving tonight, you know, and all this passing back and stuff has got to stop. So it has, backwards.
Okay, I think there'll be a few people surprised at the starting 11. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
If you could just use the team again, Rudy.
Certainly. McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Bassey, Barisic, Kamara, Davis and Aribo, Hadji, Kent, Morelos. Substitute bench, we've got McLaughlin, McCrory, Arfield, Bacuna, Jack, Kelly, King, Lundstrom, Patterson, Fashion Jr. and Wright.
Okay, thanks for that, mate. There'll be some people thinking McLaughlin was going to start popular choice. In fact, I think he get more votes on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly I would have started, I think. And I hate to say this about Alan McGregor because he's such a phenomenal goalkeeper for us, Ox, but he just doesn't seem to have been at it this season. It seems to be every time somebody has a shot at goal, he fails to save it, he fails to keep it out, you know. And I don't know if it's whether because he's nervous because he's not really getting any confidence in his defence, you know, or is it the other way about? Are the defence the way there because they've saw Alan McGregor and they don't, I don't know, you know. It could be a bit of both, I suppose. But I would have went with McLaughlin tonight as well, I'm afraid.
Aye, But anyway, Alan will know what he's doing. Yeah.
No, hopefully not. No, I mean, we've seen him in the past in European nights, haven't we? The games he's played and the saves he's pulled off for us. He can be an outstanding goalkeeper in these European nights, McGregor, and hopefully, I think we might just need him tonight, Ox, with that defence. So hopefully he's on form tonight.
Aye, I get what you're saying. I mean, obviously, the defence wasn't great at the weekend, and we'll see what it takes us, mate. But different game, different opposition, different competition. They've raised their game before in Europe, so let's hope they can do it again with that crowd behind them. Giovanni's first game at Ibrox.
Well, somebody made a good point last night when I was listening to the show. I can't remember who it was, but somebody said, look, after a bad result, this squad of players has been pretty good at bouncing back. And they have, Volks. That's the thing. They've had a bad result. They've managed to bounce back. And maybe the game or two afterwards. So hopefully tonight's like that. Ibrox will be packed out the night. There'll be 50,000 bears there. It's the first game under the new manager and coaching staff. And if any of these players have any interest in keeping their place in that first team, they're really going to have to do their best and turn it on. And show the manager that they deserve to be the first pick for that jersey. Hello, you there, Ox?
I'm here, mate. I'm just looking for a name, mate. I'm just looking for a name for a new coach that's coming in today. Let me just make sure I get it and pronounce it right, mate.
The guy for Ajax, yeah?
Yes, I just want to get this right because it's important. You understand why.
Right.
Right, okay. What's his name? Dave Voss, yeah?
Voss, aye.
Yes. You know what Voss is in Dutch, mate?
No, I don't.
Fox.
Is that right? There you go, then, eh?
Dave Fox. I wonder.
We've got Dave Fox, eh? Coming in.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
The Fox, eh? The Fox is at Ibrox.
Oh, right. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, apparently he's very highly thought. I was reading an article about him earlier on, and he's brought through some huge talent for Ajax. In his time at Ajax, and he's very, very highly thought. Ajax don't want him to go, but he's decided he wants to go. He wants to be working with Giovanni and the rest of the squad, the rest of the coaching staff there. So, he could be one of the guys who spot talent that we've not seen before. Because some of the talent he brought into Ajax went to be sold off for a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So, the guy seems to have a good eye for talent. So, here's hoping.
I've been told that myself before. You're a good eye for talent, man. But look, mate, he comes in. Giovanni's no hung about, mate. I think he wants the people he wants run about him. It's changed dramatically. He's got his own people in, internationalists, experienced people. I mean, if you look at the experience we've got in now to what we had a fortnight ago, it's night and day, mate.
It certainly is. I was listening to something the other day. I can't remember what it was now, but they were talking about how it should be a case of when your head coach goes, you still keep your coaching staff. But, I mean, that's so hard to do nowadays, Ox, because any manager you bring in worth their salt are going to have coaches that they've worked with before, people they trust, people they like, and they want to bring in their own coaching staff. And, you saw that when Steven Gerrard went down south to Aston Villa. Everybody went with him. And it's the same, we brought Giovanni in and he's filling his backroom staff with guys that he trusts and guys that he's worked with before, So, I don't know, I'm getting a wee bit, I says to you the other night, I'm getting a wee bit excited, regardless of how the result goes tonight. I'm a big fan of Dutch football, I like Dutch football. So I'm getting a wee bit kind of excited now for what we could see in the future. Once the coaching staff and Giovanni get a bit of time with the players, with the squad, that is, it'll take a while, but I think we're going to see some good stuff, further down the line.
Right. I don't think we'll be able to really judge them till after the winter break, if that makes sense.
Aye. Oh, no, 100%. I mean, you've got the winter break. I mean, he's going to need a wee bit of time to bring a couple of players in that he wants to bring in as well, and maybe ship one or two at the door in the winter break as well. You never know in the January window.
Aye, if the price is right, mate, if the price is right, yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody's got the price,
Yeah, certainly.
Aye, but I'm interested, right? People will just be joining us all the time, so give us a team.
Well, my team is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Bassey, Barisic, Kamara, Davis, and Aribo, Hadji, Kent, Morelos, and on the bench McLaughlin, McCrory, Arfield, Bacuna, Jack, Kelly, King, Lundstrom, Patterson, Fashion Jr. and Wright.
We've been joined by Big Al, evening big man. Oh, he's on mute.
Hello there. Hello
mate.
Sorry,
that's all right. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing?
I am doing really well. Good to hear the dulcet tones of the Roadster.
Evening, Big Al. Evening, Al.
How are you?
I'm good, buddy.
Where's all these changes have been promised?
Well, there was...
but we're going back to the well with the same boys that can't produce.
I'm just looking. 1, 2 changes, is that it? Yeah. Bassey and Hadji, that's it, you know.
So what's he going to do? He's going to do a different formation. That's what we're all hoping of, I suppose, isn't it?
I don't know, mate. I don't think he's been. What's he been in 1.5 sessions or something? I don't think you're.
No, but look, tricks are for the circus.
Did you like that one?
I love that, man. Love that.
Were you expecting a lot of changes?
That's a Rangers man. He's not even a Rangers man, and he's talking like a Rangers man. He's only been in a week. Tricks are for the circus. Jock Wallace, that was, I think. He's got the inner Jock Wallace in him.
Is that in your wee black book for the work, the site?
Oh, I've used that every day. Tricks are for the circus, boys. I'm sitting in a truck stop here. I'm trying to get home for the game after a night shift.
Right.
It's a tropical storm here. Look, I don't know what to expect tonight. I don't know. I think personally, if I was Mr. Bronkhorst, I'd have cleared the decks, and a couple of young boys there I would have liked to have seen on the pitch. But hey ho, what's the matter with Ryan Jack?
I don't think he's
to be on the bench.
I know, mate. I don't even think he'd be on the bench, mate, if you were under the fact you were getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I watched him in the training. I watched him in that training, and he looked like he was sprightly enough. He's bouncing about, passing the ball. So it's kind of players like that we maybe need to go to, actually.
Aye, if he was fit, mate, he'd be in my team tonight, you know.
Aye, yeah.
I can see Andy Felidzi's coming on here, so I know Andy would maybe back me up now. I've never been the greatest Ryan Jack fan, but it's players like that, somebody with a bit of digging. Look, I just hope that the formation's different. The formation that he said, that's 4-4-2, 3-1, whatever it is. I hope we see something different, but I'm dubious because of we've gone back to the same players.
I think, listen, mate, if I'm being honest, I don't think he'll tweak. It might be some tweaks where maybe somebody a bit wider, say Kent for instance, but I don't think it's going to be a revolution. I don't think it's going to be a revolution.
One wee thing, and I'll let Andy come in and
then,
I thought that guy's coming for Spartak Moscow, no Ajax.
No, it's Ajax, Al.
I thought he was the club director director of football at Ajax. Spartak Moscow. Is it definitely? Is it? I must have been reading something else then.
No, he's brought through all the under-18s at Ajax, and some of them have been going to be sold for money.
Do you think he'll have an influence in bringing on our under-18s? That'd be the young boy Allegri.
Depends what role he gets. Depends what role he gets, Al, yeah. We'll find out in due course. I mean, the club even haven't announced it officially yet, but we'll see what it takes, isn't it? Talking about guys who score for fun, we'll be joined by Andy for Leeds. How we doing, Andy?
Am I all right sitting here? Can you hear the rain?
No, mate, you just go and mute. You're fine, mate.
All right. I'll go and mute and I'll sit here because there's a bit of stuff just pulled in. She might need a help with a burst tyre.
Right, okay.
I'll wait here, mate. It's all right. No.
How we doing, Andy?
No, but he's some man that, isn't he?
He's an absolute gentleman, mate. I must admit, I had the pleasure of meeting him on a couple of occasions, and he's an absolute gentleman, but don't tell him I said that.
No. I think he's going to kill me when he meets me.
Cheers for that,
I think he's bottled it. Simple as that.
What did you think, Andy? Come on, let's be really honest.
Well, you have to make some changes.
What did you think he was going to do? He's changed 20% of the outfield players. What did you think he was going to do?
I'm sticking with it. Not for me. I wouldn't have had the Shagger in. I wouldn't have had Barras in. That's an absolute joke. That's an absolute joke. Right. If this goes, Ryan, yeah, wait to see the reaction. That's all I'll say. He could have freshened up a bit, but you needing people that understand.
He doesn't play to the fans, mate. He plays to the players, mate. Yeah.
Who? Bronco.
The manager.
Aye.
I'll tell you what.
Then I'll tell you what. I would have learned something off of that. From some of the guys' performances there on Sunday, and we're going to play them again. Some of them are down tools. They've not got a heart to play for us. We need, whether we like it or no, he needs to bring 2 or 3 of our guys to understand what it is playing for us.
Why did you not get rid of John Gregg after he lost a semi-final 5-1 in 1976?
Come on. That's ridiculous, that. Come on. They were real stalwart Rangers players. You're talking about Barrases and Taverniers and Golsons. Mm-hmm. Are we levelling into them likes of John Gregg? No, I can't have that. You know?
Who else would you play? Boys that are unproven?
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you there. I'd have McLaughlin in there for a Shaggy because he's not playing well at the moment. Right, I'm having Patterson in, right, because I don't think Tavernier. I mean, you've got, as I said last night, you're a captain and a vice captain. One captain won't come out and hold his hands up when things have gone wrong, and the other one comes out and says that we've done it at half time. I certainly wouldn't be playing Barisic. I've said 1,001 times about him. He's an absolute no-no.
I take it you'll not be watching the game tonight then.
Oh, we're watching the game, all right. We'll be watching the game, all right. I'm just being honest here. You know, these are the players that continue to let us down in big games.
I would agree with you, Barisic, Andy, but I don't think there's much you can do there simply because Jack Simpson's not registered, so he's had to play Bassey where he's put him, you know what I mean? So therefore, because he's done that with Bassey, he's got to put Barisic at left back. But normally, I'd agree with you 100%. He's an empty jersey. That's what Barisic is, an empty jersey.
He's became
an empty jersey this season. Right.
And what would Judge Morales on then at the moment?
Well, if you actually look at Morales' form and the goals he scored in the last maybe 6 to 8 weeks, mate, his actual goal scoring isn't the worst it's been in his Rangers career. His performances haven't been great. I mean, he was one of our worst players on Sunday. No, it wasn't the worst. I thought Barisic was the worst personally. Then followed by McGregor, maybe Balogun. But he ain't been great. But if you actually look at Sunday, he got 1 pass.
Can I add to that? But he's not been playing well all season, though. I know you're saying no get, but I still don't think that we've got that young boy Allegri. Is that not the pathway to the first team banging in goals in the reserve team? He's banging in goals. Is he not worth a shout on the bench or even a start? Just a shit. I'm kind of in Andy's camp. Andy can be a bit harsh sometimes. I think that's he's lived away from Scotland too long. But I do agree with him, and I think.
Would you know then put Sakala in now? Would you not put Sakala in?
No, yeah. But I'm just talking about that Allegri because I read it and see him. He's a man playing against boys at the moment. So would you not give him a wee chance? It's just a new manager's come in. I'm just expecting something to be shook up a bit. But when I seen the team, when I put the team on,
were you honestly surprised that there wasn't? All right,
I was. I thought he would have. He had something different in midfield and probably play Patterson. That's what the chat was kind of about coming into this game, and he's coming in and everybody's got a fresh look. I see Kelly's on the bench. He's not been on the bench for a long time, so that's a positive. But I would have played Patterson. I would have played Patterson. We're stuck with the centre half situation, so I think you'd be stuck with Barisic in that position. I'm a really big fan of Alan McGregor. He's my number 1 goalkeeper. I would still keep him in. I slightly disagree with Rudy. I'm sorry about that.
Are you basing that in form?
Well, I still think he's a good goalkeeper. I think he's still our number 1 goalkeeper.
So does that mean?
So look, everybody's got their thing. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself saying about Morelos, but Morelos is meant to put the ball in the back of the net, and he's not doing that.
And McGregor's
there has to be a change up there, and meant to keep it out. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that, and that's why I did preface it by saying I'm contradicting myself here. But I still think McGregor's is our number one. The midfield, I think that needs to be shook up a bit. Davis, Aribo, and Kamara. I don't know. He's not like Lundstrom in the training. Where's Bacuna?
Have we been fair on Giovanni here, Al? He's judged it on the training.
Well, I think
one and a bit.
He did say in an interview, but he said in an interview he's been keeping an eye on it. So he's either lying to us or he's not. You know what I'm saying? So he knows how they play. He knows more about football. It wouldn't take him long to get his head around it. I wouldn't think. That's why he's in there. He's a manager. It wouldn't take him long to get in here. It's like Rudy in the kitchen. It doesn't take him long to bang up a meal with whatever ingredients.
Rudy's never cooked a meal in his life.
I know. He's got a goddess. He's got a domestic goddess. I know that. The boss isn't your missus, is she, Rudy? Have you met the boss yet?
No.
Lucky you then.
You say that again.
No. Look, guys, I'm going to have to go. I've got phone calls coming in here.
Right, speak to you soon, big man.
School because it's raining. Jesus Christ. Right, okay. Right, that's what, I've just got a text message. Dad, I need to go to school. It's raining. I text her back. I know it's raining. Go to school. Oh no, I was always at school. I never dogged it once. I wasn't that great at school, but it didn't hold me back in life. I met you guys through going to school listening to the radio. Cheers, you like that? See how I did that on there? Oh, you have a nice Sean. Let's keep it going for the Rangers. One other thing. I seen a picture of Stevie in Southside. They don't look like the Mitchell brothers. They look more like Right Said Fred. Take care, boys.
I see that. What a guy.
Oh dear.
Oh, what a guy.
Oh dear. Right, so what did you think he was going to do?
Me?
Aye, go on, Rudy. I did maximum 3 changes. That's
I didn't expect huge changes. I didn't expect a completely different midfield or, the defence to have been completely changed about. Though I do think I would like to have seen, I'd like to have seen Bacuna the night, Ox. Jack and David. I would have probably went with Jack, Kamara and Bacuna in the midfield. I think that would work quite well, but I've got no evidence for that. It's just what I think, But in all honesty, I wasn't expecting a huge amount of changes. He's got to work with what he's got to do until he gets ideas. Until he sees what he's actually got to work with. And I'm hoping tonight some of these players will kick up a wee bit now. They've got the manager.
We're hoping to get a response.
Absolutely.
I remember 2 years ago when we lost in the final. And Morelos, and he came out in Europe and got the opening goal and drove us on to victory. I can't remember even who it was against, but that was in Europe. So you're hoping for a response, Andy. You're hoping for that.
Well, you're hoping they're going to do that, but that's the trick with these guys. You don't know if they can. Getting back to that, like what you said there about, he's seen what he's seen in training for a couple of days. Aye, it's pretty easy for them players to look good against each other. What I want to see them do is when they go out in the real field of play and battle and show us results on the field. It's not what they do in training. I want to see them getting results for the Rangers. That's my fear with this mob. He could have changed that two or three. I would have had Arfield in. I would have given Jack a run out for 50 minutes and let him get stuck in and steady him up, because that defence, no matter whether that midfield creates and we score, that defence needs protecting, and Jack would have given him that. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen the wee cameos, he could have put him on and started him, steadied him up. If they got that first goal, we're all doing 1-0. Got him steadied, and if he flags out or he's not had enough,
I think we're a better team when we're a fit Ryan Jack in it, mate. But see if we didn't have 5, 6, 7 subs, I don't even thought we'd have seen Ryan Jack yet, mate.
Yeah, you've got a point there. I'm just looking at something outside the box. He's saying that he's seen things in there. He's going to change it. I'm only going by what he said, or I'm reading it wrong. That's not what I expected. That's practically a type. And if we look over 3 or 4 years apart from last year, you look at these players. These are the guys that have continuously, when it's come to a big game, let us down. And that's my worry tonight. We know what we've got to do. But to get 2 clear goals, can you see that defence at the moment? I hope I'm wrong. And I'm coming on and said, there you go, Andy, you talked a load of keek. But it's the worry. It's nothing that I think, it's what you see. It's what they're giving us. That's my worry. I want the Rangers to go out there. I'll be up for it 10 minutes before the game. I'll be banging there. Right, let's get into them. But I'm just worried. He's given nothing there. That's practically the same as and if we get what we got on Sunday, oh dear. Maybe I'm just, wounded from... Still wounded the last Sunday.
I just don't think he's going to change or influence much in a couple of shifts, and I think you'll maybe start seeing his influence come to the fore maybe by next Wednesday, mate, when we play tonight, then we play Sunday, and then we play Wednesday. You'll start seeing influence by then.
I'll give you that, Ox, but at the end of the day, if he just stuck one out there, I just made one major decision. It sends a message out to them players that I'm not trying. Oh, wait a minute, this guy's not messing about. That to me's made it too easy tonight. The serial people that's letting stay all the time, stay in the team. I'm absolutely glad with that, man. But let's go. We'll go forward.
Andy? But Andy, I think he's got to give them an opportunity to show that they want to play for him. And tonight's that opportunity. After tonight, if we get the same kind of performance tonight that we got on Sunday, then he's quite within his rights. Then to say, right, that's it, enough's enough. You had your opportunity tonight and you blew it. I'm hoping we do see a bit of bounce off them tonight. They're there to go. This is a chance to impress, Andy.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, Rudy? Do you believe, over what we've seen, and we've all been critical and said on the majority of these players, do you believe, be it Gio or Steven Gerrard, do you honestly believe some of these players have got the heart to stand up and play for the Rangers?
No, for what I've seen this season, I have to be honest. I thought in the 2 league games recently where we'd scored 10 goals, I thought we were turning a wee bit of corner there, Andy. So I did. Honestly, I thought, right, okay, here we're starting to get a bit of form. Players are playing well. Some of them are scoring goals now. So I thought we'd turned a corner a wee bit there. But then we said that performance at the weekend, it was absolutely dreadful, Andy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was woeful.
That's my worry, Rudy. That's all it is. I see them and you see what's happening. I think, oh no. We so need a good result tonight in a lift. I'm not even so worried, as I said to you last night. As long as we win with a good performance, the 2 goals, whatever happens, I'm more concerned that this team gets itself solid and right and really up for that league, because we get the 40 million, it's a different ballgame, as I said last night. If we don't, the consequences could be dire. Yeah. That's my worry. I'm more on the worried side about it now. I don't rant and rave like I used to do. I'm just worried. I'm worried for where the club end up,
I've calmed you down.
Well, it's not having my missus at home for a week. With that loss, she's looking after her mother at the minute, I'm stuck on my own,
Do it, Andy. Just get a nice spicy meat feast for your dinner for Tesco.
Oh, Rudy, that's no good, man. I'm sick of eating hot pots, man. I tell you, you'll be looking like one in the next 2 days, I'll tell you.
If your legs get any bigger, Andy, for the photographs he was showing about you?
I don't worry. He's getting it for that one. He really is getting it for that one. That looked like I was wearing Gulliver's Clays there, didn't it? Jesus Christ. Even my feet look size 15, man.
I was going to say, tricks are for the circus.
Oh, aye, definitely, aye. Well, don't worry, Alec. Listen, as I've told you before, I've not forgot that. He's a bugger for doing things to me like him, but I've got him. Don't worry. He can sit there wherever he is laughing, but he'll get it one of these days.
Ask him when you speak to him, ask him about yesterday's conversation. Talk about somebody who bites. I'll let him tell you, yeah.
Oh, right, I will do. Well, he was biting the other night, wasn't he? So, I've seen the bite side of him right enough. He's a big pussy, really, to be honest.
Right, okay, right. Well, I get the fact that people want changing, but I just didn't think it was going to happen tonight, Rudy. I thought 3 maximum. And obviously the back four on the left-hand side, he's been hamstrung, no pun intended, because of the selection. I would have Bassett left back and Balogun fit, even though I thought Balogun was atrocious on Sunday because we've not got anybody else.
No, that's it. He was poor, wasn't he? Jack Simpson's known the squad, the Euro squad, and Big Hellander's still out injured, so his hands has been tied there, really. When I saw earlier on about Balogun wasn't even on the training field and stuff like that, I thought, oh well, it looks like Bassey's going to be at centre back again. Did he equip himself very well? I don't think the last time I seen him at centre back, but hopefully we're playing alongside Goldson tonight. But I kind of agree with Andy. I would have had McLaughlin in the night. I'd like to see maybe Jack in, maybe give Jack 45, 60.
I wouldn't have started Jack tonight.
Would you know?
No. I think we've got to be fair to Ryan Jack.
Aye.
I think we've got to get him back as quick as we can. Maybe half an hour at the end, if we're being fair to him, or no at all.
Right,
and keep these results so that he gets there. We've not had him for so long that I think we've got to get it right. And I genuinely believe that if we didn't have the amount of subs we're allowed at times now, we wouldn't have seen him,
Yeah. I also think, Alfredo, I know what you're saying about Alfredo Ox, but I would have started with Sakala tonight. And Sakala.
I couldn't argue. You can put up an argument for that, yeah?
Aye.
I never thought the team was going to be McLaughlin, Patterson, Bassey, Fortuna, Sakala. I never thought the team would be that. Yeah, you could take some of them and change it.
Aye.
And,
it's just like I said there, Ox, he's got to give these players an opportunity to redeem themselves. So that's tonight. That starts tonight. So it does. And if we get the same performance as we did on Sunday, then it gives them the opportunity to say, no, you are not playing for the next game, and start making these changes then. This gives them the opportunity, and hopefully they take it tonight, Ox.
Hopefully it's not how you respond to anybody. Talking about guys who always respond. We've been joined by Big Ulster. How are we doing, big man?
Hey, I'm doing well, guys. How are you all keeping?
Hi, Ulster.
Hi, Ulster.
Hey,
I'll get Rudy to read the team out, Ulster, then you can give us your comments on you go. Rudy, better.
Okay, team is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Bassey, Barisic, Kamara, Davis and Aribo, and then Hadji, Kent and Morelos. On the bench is McLaughlin, McCrory, Arfield, Bacuna, Jack, Kelly, King, Lundstrom, Patterson, Fashion Jr. and Wright.
What about you, Big Ulster?
Yeah, I've probably less changes that what most of us probably wanted or maybe expected after Sunday's performance. But, obviously Gio, being a professional and as a manager in previous places, he's obviously spoke to these players, and whatever he's heard from them and seen in training, he must believe that there's a bit of fight in them. So it's up to these boys to prove a point tonight, put everything in and prove to the new management team that they're deserving of a place as the games go on. This is their big chance, and I would say there'll be a few players, if they don't turn up tonight, you won't see them in the next games, but he's obviously giving them the big chance on his debut tonight, and it's up to them to take it and keep those shirts.
Aye, well, I can't argue. If I go through Sunday and I want to move on after this, Ulster, McGregor, poor. Barisic, awful. Balogun, poor. Goldson, okay. Tav, okay, not great. Midfield, Davis, steady. Kamara, great for 20 minutes. The other 70, non-existent. Arfield, okay. Kent, no. Morelos, no. Aribo, our best player. So there was maybe one pass match, maybe two. Arfield for getting a goal. So they've got to respond at times. All these guys have been excellent for us.
Yeah, they have. You're right, mate. You look at last season there, they were doing incredible things, going on undefeated in the league, etc. And some of the European results were incredible. So these guys have got it in them. It's just a matter of bringing it out of them again. It just hasn't been there this season. And I think with the last management, with the whole remit completed mentality that crept into our squad, I think that crept into the whole thing. And hopefully now with new management in place who's going to have a bit of hunger and a bit of fight about them, we'll now bring that into our players, and we'll see that on the field tonight,
I hope so. And you come, Andy.
Yeah, well, he's put faith in him. Like you say, he's looked him in the eye for the short time he's had. He genuinely believes that whatever he said to him in these couple of days, they're going to go out there. He alluded that you would see we were different in the way they played, and they would put in a better performance. So, I would think he would be relying on that and these players to do that for him, and obviously get the result and do it. What worries me is, again, I'm probably spinning again right enough, but say they do put that kind of performance in, and then we get what we want, and they do play to the capabilities that we can get to, then they're cheating themselves, aren't they? If they can only get up for certain games, So that's the worry with me. I just don't think these guys are not good enough to play for Rangers. I think we wouldn't differ in the 6 or 7 that we don't think's good enough long term, and I don't think even Gio thinks that going to be there.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, but he can't do a lot, mate. He's stuck now. I get you that. Well, you can't even go. You can't go at the manager. If this team suddenly totally downs tools and we start blowing games away after games, you can't even go at him to the end of the season. You've got to give him time. He's in no pre-season or anything. Common sense tells you that. He's going to have to shift players, which, as we said last night, it's not easy. No matter to us. But listen, let's start.
Oh no.
It's a new era. It's a big game. We've got to get the Scottish coefficient up. It's up to us again. So we go first and foremost, Ulster, and then Rudy. I want us to win the game. To win by 2 goals would be an absolute bonus, but you've got to win the game, yeah.
Yep, win the game, put in a performance. That's the most important thing we want tonight. We want to see a reaction from Sunday. We want to see a performance. No results guaranteed. Anything can happen in football, but what we do want and expect as Rangers fans is the players that are on the field to give us 110%. I want that first. Result will come second, whatever happens after that. But if I see 11 players coming off that park, it's put everything on the field, I'll be happy enough. Do you know what I mean? I just want to see that reaction tonight.
I agree with Big Ulster. Oxter, it's 50,000 bears. It's a European night under the lights at Ibrox. There's a new manager, new coaching staff there. These players have got to realise they're playing for their coaching. They're playing for their Rangers career. Need to get themselves out there tonight. Play the way we know they can play, Ox. That's been the frustrating thing. We know these are good players. We know they're capable of playing really good football. We've already saw it in Europe, and as Big Ulster pointed out there, an undefeated league season last season. These guys are more than capable of getting back to that again if they just screw the nut and get on with it, and play the kind of football we can. If we get the win the night, that'd be great. If we get a win with 2 clear goals, that'd just really be the cherry on the cake. That's us into the last 32. They can forget about European stuff for a wee while, and it gives Giovanni and his coaching staff a bit of time to start thinking about league games.
Aye, I get it. I mean, the games come thick and fast.
Yep.
This is it now. Nobody now and dare it, so there's no really time for you to really do a lot.
Well, yes. Yeah, I totally agree. We can get kind of a run going here now and get them going. I mean, I'd like personally myself that we had a little bit of space in between there, to give Gio time to really work with these guys. But these games are coming thick and fast, so they keep telling you these football players that's what they live for. So get out there. Put that shirt on with pride and gears up. Big Aitley said that years ago, right? Give 110% there, Rangers fans will back you all day long. Start fooling us or kidding us on, and they'll know. So, like you say. But come on, I'm in there. Look, the team that's out there, I'll back every one of them tonight. There's no danger in that. I always do. I get angry at times. It's only because I want Rangers to win. And that's, so wanted to shut a lot of people up here that's got lots of comments to say about us. The guys can play. I've never said they can't. I don't think they're great players, none of them. But that's just my opinion. Modern day football, and maybe I'm an old dinosaur that don't get things right at times. But I'll always say what I believe in. I think me by now, and I only just go on what I say. And I only don't go game by game. But Rangers are my team, always will be till the day I die. I love the Rangers. I love everybody around it, the family, and everything that we all are. But we've all got different opinions, but we all want the same goal at the end of the day. Just give us a performance. Show what it means to play for us.
I think what you're saying there is, seeing Sunday, mate, it wasn't reflecting. I keep coming back to it, but I don't mean it. But see if we'd have pounded Hibs and their goalie made save after save, and we hit the woodwork 4 times and 3 kicked off the line, you say, it was one of the days, yeah. But it wasn't that. That's what's, we can handle getting beat, Andy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no divine right. Look, what gets me out of it all, whether it's right or wrong, as I said last night, I cannot and I will not accept any Rangers player that would come out and say we're done at half time. I cannot accept that. That really grates at me. In fact, it really upsets me to the floor, is that. I can't believe that, and I know there are emotions after the game and all that. And I know some people are like, well, he was right what he said. Of course he was. A lot of it was. But that, we're done at half time. One goal, it changes. They would have caved in then if we'd have scored another goal.
I genuinely believe if we'd have scored in the first 20 minutes, the second half we'd have won because they went too deep. But it's gone. We have to move on. Right. I'm going to put you on the spot. You got a bet on the night?
No, I've not. I didn't finish for what till late, so I didn't get out.
Sparta Prague to score first or 1-10, I think.
I'd try it on with my son-in-law. I say, put that bet on, but you know what he's like. He'll say, I'll put it on, and then it come in, nothing happened. Like the week that it come in.
If I go to put it on.
That's what it come in that week,
Aye, we know, Andy, we know. Right, there you go. I'm going to go for 4-1 Big Ulster. I don't know why. I'm going to go 4-1.
4-1. I go for 3. 3-1.
Right, okay, I'll take that as well. I'm just being greedy, Rudy. I don't know why I'm saying that.
I want to feel it after the game then, Ox, but I'm the Ulster after 3-1 tonight. I think we haven't Bassey in at centre back, unfortunately. Barisic playing again,
I've just put a text. The Bridgeman, he's going for 1-0. And then at half time,
surprise.
He's going for 1-0 at half time, and he's going for us to go win the second half 1-0 as well.
Okay, I'll take that.
I spoke to him today, and all I could hear was cuckoo clocks and yodeling in the background, so I can guess what it is.
Yodeling.
Right. How's the game going to go for you, Andy, quickly?
Well, I think if we score first, I think we can win 3-1. And what worries me is they score really does right enough how we respond. So hopefully, I think the first goal for Rangers is key to this game tonight. I think if we get the first, the big crowd gets behind them. It might just spur us on, and we might get one of them European nights, that we all love and cherish. So 3-1.
All right. Thanks for joining us, boys. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. Enjoy the game, Andy. Enjoy the game, Ulster. Thanks, Rudy.
No bother, mate. You're welcome.
Yes.
All right. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Enjoy the match. And remember, we are the people. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Sensation wide on anthem. Maranatha Farmers. Lost by the storm August. Come on, the Rangers. All of the love and joy. Some come on the subway, some arrive in train. Some come on the ferry, some by aeroplane. No matter how we get here, we all end on our way. Walking down the corner, want to see the Rangers play. Walking at the corner, want to see the Rangers play. Walking down the corner, want to see the Rangers play. gezellig of niet? Zingen, springen, ja!